Let's see what fun we could get into today. If only you could see the chaos that just was there. Get into the far left lane, meant to merge into the right lane, and everybody just merging into the right lane anyway from both directions. I'm like, well, that could be an accident if I wasn't paying attention. Hey, you live and you learn. So far, I've had 2 runs so far, one of which was a cancellation. The girl looked like she was underage. I mean, come on. Can't do that on Uber. wish I could play music for you guys, but according to YouTube standards, can't do it to copyright. And it's a pain in the butt to fight them over it, so there's no point. Sure, I can just put on their music, but who wants to listen to that? Come on, Honda. Still going strong, no smoking. Thumbs up for vaping, thumbs down for smoking. Actually, don't even thumbs down this. I am curious if you guys smoke or not, if you've tried vaping, leave a comment below. I want to see if it works for everyone else besides myself. For me personally, it has, for the most part, worked. I mean, one of my mods died, or this part here, that actually died on me one time, a different one, and couldn't vape, just couldn't do it. Ended up buying my first pack of cigarettes in like 6 months, something like that. So I did cave then, but I do work at a factory, so yeah, it's one of those things, like it's like whenever you work in fast food, it just gets stressful. Anybody that says that working at a factory or working fast food or in the food industry in general, they say that it doesn't get stressful, they're lying. It's a lie. You got people that'll game the system, they will manipulate you, and all you gotta do is smile and provide some customer service. Otherwise, you're out of a job. And at a factory, the only stressful part about the whole thing, you gotta deal with people. You gotta stand on your feet for hours at a time. Okay. That's a lot better than having to be nice to people. Of course, it has to be surging down towards Cincinnati. That's not where I'm planning on going for at least a couple of hours. Hoping as soon as we get into this little town, we might get some requests. I usually get ones that are out of the area, so if things don't look good, I'll just pick up one that'll take me out of town again. Not bad for a little 4-cylinder, I'll give you guys that. Currently in my Chevy Cruze, it's a 6-speed manual transmission, turboed 1.4, does the job. Now, it's not a V8 monster like you would see in Camaros, the V8 Camaros, Mustangs, Corvettes. But you know, a guy coming from a Sebring, a Chrysler Sebring, yeah, no, it's just one of those things where when you get more power, you realize how much more fun you can have. At the same time, you got to be responsible about it. It's probably the first time I've ever, like, for fun, pushed on the gas. No complaints. None at all. Tell you what, though, the scenery is beautiful out here. Wish I could show you guys. Hey there, one person. I know you're watching. You can leave a comment and I can actually see on my screen. Of course, everybody can see on screen, but I can actually talk to you as I'm doing this. Of course, when I don't have riders in my car, I can't be looking at my phone all the time and reading. Just a set of railroad tracks, buddy. Not gonna hurt you. Yeah, that's not a place I want to go. Yes, I'd like to stay online. The sun is real. 54 degrees outside and feels like it's springtime. Kind of. You talking about Lebanon in general? Yeah, let me know if you guys, can you hear me? Like, as far as I know, you guys should be able to hear me. Now, I can see myself, so I know the video's working. Thank you, no thank you. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm from Ohio, a little town called Lebanon. Kind of parked nearby. Oh, that's where I just came from. Oh, let's do this. I'm not even sure where that is. Like, is there a major city nearby? Let's just say I'm kind of smack dab in the middle of, or between Dayton and Cincinnati. Both are about 30 minutes roughly away from each other. From myself anyway. that gives you any idea. Yeah, Cleveland is about, probably about 3-4 hours away from me. Gotta love lights where you can't turn red, or turn on red, excuse me. Definitely hoping tonight will pick up. It's been pretty slow. I'm not sure how long you've been watching, Aaron, but it's this will be technically my 4th run I've gone to. First 2, no hitch. 3rd one, underage minor. I had to cancel on her, unfortunately. I drove about 15 minutes to pick her up. And there was a surge as well, 1.4, I believe. Been online for 18 minutes.
You have an incoming call.
I'll talk to you later, Poppy. If you were listening with headphones, I'm sorry. Ooh, train. I forgot the railroad might be running tonight. It's a tourist attraction. They do train rides like once or twice a night. We'll have Thomas come out. They did a Christmas Express. Well, last Christmas. Of course, my dumb self thought it was the Polar Express, and I got all excited, and I'm like, oh, darn. I know a place in Indiana where they did the Polar Express, and I think they might have had the actual locomotive there, but don't quote me on that. If you know anybody else that might be bored or just want to watch this, feel free to share this video and see what happens. I'm sure I'm going to get into some shenanigans. Who knows? Somebody's having a bonfire. Perfect weather to do that, though. Just chilly enough where it won't make you sweat and melt your face off. Later tonight, it's supposed to get down to, I think, roughly 40, if not 30 or something like that. It's supposed to get cold. Go figure, Ohio weather. In the middle of April. Cracks me up whenever you get, like, tornado watches, tornado warnings one night, and then, like, the next morning it's a winter storm warning. Like, are you kidding me? That happened, like, a couple months back. Not a month back. I was definitely a little worried. Starting to get a little tired. It's not a good sign at all. It's not even 8 o'clock and I'm starting to get tired. What am I, 60? Oh man, I just realized I just turned 25 yesterday. That's great. It's funny how you forget sometimes. I think this will be the first time I'll go into this neighborhood. Like along 741, they've built a bunch of new neighborhoods. I know I've been on some towards the right, like if you look at the screen, the right side of the screen, I've been up in there, but not towards the left. I don't think anyway. Let's see if this person actually shows up. I don't even have an idea. Okay, here's some guys coming out now. Hey, what's going on?
Right.
Not too bad. Phil?
Yeah.
Alright. Not too bad. Alright. Do a quick UE here. Still going to Lackman?
Yes, please.
Alright. So I'm not familiar with the Lackman. Like, how long has that been there?
I have no idea, but we're from out of town, so I've got no idea where we're going, if I'm honest.
Where about from?
From England.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so quite a way.
What are you guys doing over here?
My family live here, so
Ah,
yeah, we're just visiting.
right on.
So
How-
I have no idea about anything in downtown Cincinnati whatsoever. Like, I moved away before I turned 21, so I never went out down there.
Right.
So yeah, no idea. Don't know what we're getting ourselves in for out here tonight.
All I can say is, in quoting Scar from The Lion King,
Yeah.
be prepared. I've driven down there for a couple of years now, just doing this and whatnot,
Yeah.
and for the most part, it's not that bad.
Okay. Doesn't get too heavy or anything?
Heavy?
Yeah. Is it
What?
going to be like a load of messy drunks tonight, do you think? Or is it not that bad?
I don't know. There might be. I mean, it's supposed to get colder tonight,
Yeah.
so I don't know. But it is the weekend.
Yeah.
I know a lot of college kids love to go out on the weekend, so yeah, be prepared.
Yeah, we'll see where we end up.
It's going to be about 30 some minutes, 32 minutes before we get there. So how long are you guys staying for?
2 weeks. I
2
think.
weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just under 2 weeks.
So is this like day 2 or something similar, or?
We've been here since Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is anymore.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Got here on Wednesday, so.
I work nights at a factory, so my days run together, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
completely understand.
How long's your shift today? You staying out in Uber all night, or are you?
I'm hoping to at least go until 3, just because, like, I'm trying to keep the same sleep schedule
Yeah, sure.
to work nights.
Yeah.
But I've been up since like 8 o'clock this morning, so I don't know how that's gonna work, how well that's gonna work.
Yeah. Fair enough. What time did you start? Have you been driving long today?
It's about an hour and a half,
Okay.
give or take.
Do you get more rides like down in the Cincinnati area, or do you kind of
I tend to, yeah.
lesser up in the burbs?
Yeah, like up here, they don't consider it the like suburbs or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's its own little town, so
Yeah.
just want to let you know before.
Yeah.
But it's hit or miss. If there's something going on, like sometimes towards our left a little bit,
Yeah.
there's a tennis tournament, and I tell you what, it's hopping.
Sure.
But then like now, I mean, I think Kings Island is open today. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah, I think it's weekends, right?
Yeah. So around closing time
Yeah.
is when I might get some requests. I may not.
That's like 10 o'clock, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
The only thing is, though, with Kings Island, what I've seen. Sorry, I don't feel like getting a ticket today. What I've seen is a lot of underage minors,
Okay.
and that is becoming a bit of a problem on
Yeah.
this platform. we can't give anybody under the age of 18 a ride alone. They have to be with someone else. For my protection, for their protection, and protecting Uber at the same time.
Yeah. Of course, it gets messy when there's underage people involved with anything.
Yeah. I think, like when I first started, this one lady, I was picking up somebody from a bar and I was sitting outside and she walks up and she's like, "Are you an Uber?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Did you request one?" She's like, "Oh no, I just have a question for you." I'm like, "Okay." And she's like, "So what's your policy on underage riders?" I'm like, I don't know. I honestly wasn't sure if there was a policy. I thought anybody with a smartphone could do it besides babies. Well, she goes on to explain that there was a couple of kids that she knew that got an Uber. They were going Pokemon Go hunting. Pokemon hunting. And they took an Uber to like some farm or whatever, and I guess the cops got wind and found them and asked how they got there, and they're like, "Oh, Uber took us." So Uber got in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, sure.
Because the parents were not okay with them going out at 1 o'clock in the morning on a school night to chase digital creatures.
There was a few stories with the Pokemon Go. I remember there was like one guy that spent like several $1,000s in an afternoon on Uber, just like hired an Uber for a day.
Sheesh.
Kind of driven around. It's like crazy. For digital Pokemon.
Who's calling me right now?
You have an incoming call.
Talk to you later. My apologies. But so he like rented out an Uber basically for a day.
Yeah, I just remember seeing a story about some guy that basically had it for the day and then racked up an enormous bill. And I think it was like a minor as well. Yeah, and his parents were kind of contesting the charges and everything.
Oh, so he was using mommy and daddy's credit card. Oh yeah, always.
Naturally.
So yeah, I think they have every right to contest that fee. I mean, I feel bad for the driver because that's all that money, all that time.
Yeah, of course.
So, geez. I mean, the longest trip I've ever taken is an hour and a half, and I made $77. So that was from the airport all the way to Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
So yeah, 77 miles. Yeah, it was fun. See, these kind of trips, like, I kind of enjoy. Like, if it's taking me somewhere that I know it's going to be busier, especially, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But even so, just longer trips, I like to drive. Just used to be like I'll drive all the time. I would do Uber full time, and then it turned into, well, I'm getting tired of driving and just, dealing with drunks.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the problem with Uber, is 9 times out of 10, most of your rides are going to be drunks on the way home, aren't they, I guess?
pretty much. I mean, you're going to get people that are going to work or something similar, and they tend, like my personal experience, they tend to kind of just don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
But it is like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. No one's awake at that point.
Yeah, I'm one of those people. If I've not had coffee, you're not going to get a word out of me. So.
Yeah. Me personally, it's one puff of this and then I won't strangle you type of thing.
Yeah, coffee and a cigarette, that's the only way to. You have to wait until I've had at least one of the two.
Right.
Before talking to me, because otherwise it's not going to go well.
You've been warned. Yeah.
I need to get one of those cups that says like, at the bottom of it, you can talk to me now. Like a see-through mug or something.
That's great. You need to get me one of those actually. Where'd you get that?
Internet has everything, I'm sure.
Oh well, yeah. How silly of me. I should have realized. Like,
Amazon take over the world, they have everything.
pretty much. There's some things they don't have, but
Yeah.
it's not the only website I can buy stuff from. Like for whatever reason, like whenever I search for camping gear or something similar, I can't hardly find anything good.
Yeah.
It's always like
It's always the cheap stuff.
cheap stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to the Himalayas, I want something that's good or
Yeah,
something
of course.
similar. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, Amazon's good for anything that you're going to use at home, probably. But
Yeah.
anything more specific, you're going to struggle.
I mean, half the stuff in this car right now is Amazon related.
Yeah.
Gear shifter, the sign, these things
I
here.
love that. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
So the Transformers badge on the way.
Oh yeah. That was actually given to me as a gift. I used to work at a pizza place, and this guy's like, "Hey man, I'm not gonna need these, but I figured you would like them." And I looked at them like, "Oh hell yeah!" So they are different on each side. One, I think my left side is the Autobot.
Yeah. I think this one was a subscribe.
Yeah. So whichever side you get me on is whichever side I'm on. And there was one time I was delivering pizza, and of course I had some kids see the sign or whatever, and they're like, "Does that transform?" I'm like, "Yeah, it turns into an Uber car." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool." I'm like, wow. You know what? Gets the kids to smile, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Plus maybe a bigger tip, but that's besides the point. So you guys have any crazy stories or anything like that?
Crazy stories. No, I'm pretty boring, to be honest.
Well, I mean, not to be weird or anything like that, you do have the accent, so I mean that's pretty cool on its own.
Thank you. Yeah, we're not really one for crazy stories, I don't think.
When we're here, we're visiting family, so it doesn't get that crazy.
Oh yeah.
I think most of my crazy stories end up in destroyed Uber, so I'm not sure you're the best person to tell those to.
Oh, well then.
Yeah.
I guess look me
No,
up
right
on.
now, though, I'm completely sober now, so you're safe.
Oh, okay.
You're safe.
I was gonna say you can look me up on YouTube or something. I live stream every once in a while.
What do you live stream?
Just doing this.
Okay.
Are you guys okay with being live stream at this point?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Probably just something I should have asked when you first got in. I apologize. I'm used to being recorded because I've got a dash cam, so I don't even think about it. So I'm like, oh wait, I'm live streaming. But yeah, no, if you guys like, I don't know if you guys watch live streams like besides Uber or whatnot. Like I sometimes do like DoorDash or driving stuff. Really. My username is robotdude14. Fun fact, it's actually the age that I created the account, and that was when I was 14, yeah, and I'm like 25 now, and it's like, geez, time flies. Gotta say, most of my crazy experiences always happen down there.
Yep. Your turn. What story?
Oh?
Crazy stories. This is
Well, there was one time where this guy thought that it was a great idea to try to jump off a bridge. I was driving by, and naturally I stopped and pulled over and was able to talk him out of it and call the cops at the same time. Like literally, I'm talking to the guy with dispatch on the phone.
Yeah.
Like I have a little earbud headset, and I think he was on drugs. I don't know.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. It's not very every day, it's like that kind of thing happens.
No. I think I earned a reputation down in Cincy with the cops. Like I'm the unofficial cop Uber driver. I'm like, well, okay. All respect to cops though. That what they do, anybody in uniform, what they do is simply awesome. Then let's see here. I have one guy get so belligerent that I kicked him out. Then he proceeds to try to kick my car. Of course he misses because his depth perception is off by like a mile. So, but I do go ahead and check, make sure everything's fine, and yeah, car was fine. Then had a mother and her little baby that the baby was in a car seat, but it was not properly put together, I guess. Like it's supposed to have one of those mounts or whatever, and
No, it's shit like that.
yeah, just the handle.
Yeah.
So she simply refused to put it in a holder or anything like that. Refused to strap it in. She was actually insisting on holding the baby. I'm like, no.
No. It's not the worst thing to do.
Oh yeah.
Did like Britney Spears get in trouble for that in like 2002 or something?
I don't know. It's hard to keep track of what's going on in Hollywood at this point. But she's making me block the road. Like I'm trying to tell her like I can't do this unless you do this. I should have just canceled as soon as she started like protesting.
Yeah.
But my dummy self didn't, and there was a car coming the other way, started honking their horn. She's like, you need to move, blah blah blah. I'm like, well, get your stuff out of my car, I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
She's like, well, you're gonna get shot if you don't do it. I'm like, well, get your stuff out of my damn car. Like, come on.
One way or the other, take it.
Yeah. Nah, not about that life. Hey, I'm about that life though.
At least they're wearing helmets. Most of the time you see people on bikes over here, there's no helmets or like no leathers or anything.
Yeah.
That kind of scares me.
Even just leather on its own, it doesn't always work. You got to have the body armor for itself. Like me personally, I would get the full face mask. Like you would see me, I would look more mean than what I actually am.
If I was going to ride a bike, I would look like a road bike or something.
Yes, RoboCop.
That's the way to do it.
Now,
Full on body armor.
yeah. Now the older version or the newer version?
It depends on my mood. The new one looks cool, but the movie was nowhere near as good as the old one. So,
Oh no, yeah.
I think the old one, the new one's probably more slick for riding a bike. I imagine it's probably more aerodynamic.
Yeah.
But the old one looks cool, I guess.
There's something about classics. I mean,
absolutely.
you look at Star Wars, you look at Jurassic Park, really anything, except maybe the old Marvel movies, like the old Marvel movies. Like we can forget about those.
Yeah, the ones that we forget.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Infinity War?
We went yesterday, we went again this afternoon, so we've seen it twice now.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
I have.
What did you think? Are you a big Marvel fan?
I am. I'm trying to. I think I may have to mute the live stream so that way we don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
No spoilers.
How about this? Okay, guys, anybody watching? Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen Infinity War, stop watching right now. Okay. So. Okay. Started out actually not that bad.
Yeah.
The ending, pardon my French, mindfuck.
Yeah. See, I'm quite interested to see what people think of the ending, because I think some people will either love it or they'll absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
The first time we watched it, I was like, I hate this ending. I was really pissed. And then watching it again today, I was like, actually, I think the ending was pretty good.
It's a good thought process provoker in a way, because like for myself, I hardly do read the comics. Like I haven't been able to catch up or anything like that, or even know where to start, because there's so many different versions.
Every 10 seconds.
Pretty much, yeah. So I just go in. I know I've seen all the other all the other Marvel movies except Black Panther, which I heard was kind of so. Buddy, stay in your lane. Thank you. So I go in. I'm thinking, okay, probably some people are gonna die. Yeah, within the first like 10 minutes, Loki.
Yeah.
Hemdar. Don't know about the Valkyrie.
We were talking about that today. I think because Thor at the end of the movie, they killed half of my people, so I assume half of the Asgardians are gone.
Yeah.
Who knows where,
So I kind of like the Valkyrie, like.
Well, she's such a big part of the Thor movie that
Yeah.
it's surprising if they got rid of her already.
But
I think it was a fan favourite too.
I wasn't too thrilled that Loki died, like.
No.
But I mean, like they needed to change it up, because it was starting to turn into, with like every movie there was always a happy ending.
Yeah.
Even
It's
with
just boring, isn't it?
yeah, like
There's no threat if it's going to be like, oh, it's all, everything's going to end and it's going to be terrible. You know, it's a happy ending every time. It's like,
yeah.
okay.
So I honestly thought that either Steve Rogers or Tony Stark were gonna die in Civil War. That didn't happen.
Well, yeah, I was waiting for Cap to die in Civil War, because that's kind of how it goes in the comic.
Yeah.
But yeah, they kind of missed out on
then, like as you go along further, Gamora. Oh my gosh, I love Gamora, and that pissed me off.
She'll be back, I think. She'll be back.
I'm thinking so too, because from what I understand about the Infinity Stones,
Yeah.
the Soul Stone has like another realm.
Yeah.
And
And that's where Thanos goes right at the end.
Yeah, I mean,
So he has that little conversation with her, and it's all under that like pagoda thing.
and then like
Large thing.
in the process of that, you got to wonder, okay, how Thanos was able to kill everybody else further along in the movie.
Yeah.
He used the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
So does that mean like everybody's soul is in that realm, and
It was.
how would they bring him back? I mean, I doubt they're gonna do a Vision thing where they print out their bodies.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it'll be a comic booky thing where
Yeah.
I don't know. You'll probably be like Tony Stark will get the gauntlet somehow. Like he'll snap his fingers and everything will come back. Back to normal.
Time reversal.
Yeah.
See, I had some hope for the whole thing
Yeah.
when Doctor Strange had the Time Stone
Yeah.
until he gave it up. I'm like, oh, it's over.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Because once he had that, he went back to Earth, got the Mindfuck Stone. The Mind Stone, I think is what it's called. Oh, I think I'm gonna get down. Now it's gonna turn into just either they're going to restart everything, because I don't know if you noticed, they've left all the original Avengers alone.
This is what annoyed me. So I think if they had ended it and killed more of the old people and kept all of the new characters, it would have been a lot more of like a. It would have been really obvious. Well, less obvious that they're going to be bringing people back.
Yeah.
Because Spider-Man's got another movie coming out next year.
I was gonna say, like, that's what shocked me the most. Like,
Yeah.
wait, he has another movie.
Yeah, and it's like he's been in one movie. What's going on?
And then, like, it's rumored, I don't know if this is true or not, but it's rumored that he's going to make an appearance in the new Venom movie.
I don't know if he will, but maybe. I
Yeah.
think if he does, it will be like Batman and Suicide Squad for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It'll be one of those like, oh, it's in the same world. I don't know.
I mean, that Suicide Squad was actually not that bad. It was fun. That's what I liked about it. It was fun.
It's a divisive movie, but I enjoyed it.
But, I need to end the live stream. My data, I didn't realize I was